Picture this. A light vehicle rolls over on a remote haul road in the Pilbara back on the 8th of June 2017. The driver was doing 91 kilometers an hour in an 80 zone, hit a windrow on a bend, and flipped onto the roof. Case closed, right? Operator error. Speeding. Send him to retraining. Put out a safety alert warning everyone to drive to conditions and get back to work. That, my friends, is how traditional investigations operate. They spot a person at the sharp end doing something wrong, slap an administrative band-aid on it, and call it a day. But here is the kicker. Doing that leaves the exact same trap active for the next poor soul who drives down that road. We love finding a single person to point the finger at because it is neat. It gives us a tidy story with a clear villain and a quick fix. The fundamental flaw in traditional root cause analysis is assuming that complex workplace incidents come down to one decisive failure at the end of a straight line. But real life, especially in high-risk operations, is never a straight line. It is multivariate. Take a mobile plant collision on a busy site. Is it just that the operator did not look? Or is it driven simultaneously by massive cab blind spots, extreme radio congestion where no one can get a call through, and intense schedule pressure from management to hit shift targets? When you treat an incident like a domino fall, you miss how all those independent threads entangle. If you stop at operator error, you are not fixing the safety system at all. You are just waiting for the next human being to fall into the exact same trap you refuse to dig out. This is where ICAM, the incident cause analysis method, completely flips the script. Instead of asking who screwed up, ICAM asks a structured, systematic question across 5 distinct data categories. We call it PEEPO. That stands for people, environment, equipment, procedures, and organisation. You gather all your evidence into those 5 buckets first, without judging what caused what. Then, you map that evidence through Professor James Reason's organisational accident model into 4 distinct layers. You look at absent or failed defences, individual or team actions, task or environmental conditions, and deeper organisational factors. You build it like a house, starting with the defences that failed and finishing up at the organisational roof. I remember being called out to a mine site a few years back where a traditional investigation had been deadlocked for 3 days. The site superintendent and the lead fitter were practically screaming at each other in a portacap. The fitter had worked under a raised truck tray without a secondary mechanical prop, and the supervisor wanted him sacked on the spot for a clear violation. Round and round they went in circles. I sat them down, and we built a PEEPO chart on the wall with sticky notes. Within 2 hours, the picture changed completely. It turned out the proper hydraulic hoist was booked out for 3 weeks. There were no secondary props in the workshop inventory. The PM schedule was overrunning by 200 hours. And management had issued a directive that morning that no haul truck was to sit idle past noon. 6 overlapping organisational decisions had aligned at that exact same minute to invite that fitter to take a shortcut. Seeing it mapped out laid bare the reality. It was not just one bloke making a bad choice. It was a system demanding a result while withholding the tools to do it safely. Now, I get asked all the time, Cam, is ICAM just a fancy, highly detailed 5 whys? No, mate, it is not. And let me clear up a massive misconception that drives me crazy on site. You should never, ever run both a 5 whys and a full ICAM on the exact same incident. Doing both is pure double dipping. Both tools are designed to pull back the layers and reveal organisational factors. So doing both on one event is just pointless paperwork. Instead, you choose your tool based on risk and potential consequence. If a worker trips on an unstacked pallet and gets a minor scrape, run a concise 5 whys. It is quick, it gets to the underlying cleanup process issue, and it fits a low-risk event. But when you have a high-potential event, a serious injury, or a complex multi-plant near-miss, that is when you deploy full ICAM. At the end of the day, the true test of any investigation is not how thick the final report is, or how many fancy acronyms you used. It comes down to what you actually do about it. If your corrective actions are all administrative, like issuing a safety alert, updating a memo, or scolding frontline workers to pay more attention, you have failed. Real safety progress happens when recommendations target the design of the work itself. We need engineering controls, physical guards, equipment redesigns, and proper resourcing. Fix the system so that when a human being inevitably makes an everyday mistake, the system catches them instead of crushing them. All right, that is enough out of me for today. Go check your workplace barriers, stay safe, and I will catch you next time.